Hello, our candidates, Trinity Primary School. We know you are at home. We have tried to send you a lot of work to do. Please ensure that you do it. And now we are adding on that work by giving you lessons that you must attend to. Please ensure that you sit and attend to these lessons. I'm going to handle a topic, geometry. We did some algebra some time back during the first term, but now we are going to start with the geometry. Please follow every step of this topic, because we are not going to repeat it when you come back. So take it as serious as possible. We are going to look at perpendicular lines. In primary 5, you learned about perpendicular lines, and you said that perpendicular lines are lines that meet at right angles. They meet and they form an angle of 90 degrees. Our major focus today is how to construct those perpendicular lines. How do we construct a perpendicular through a point on a given line? That means you are going to be given a line. Take an example here. This is our line, and the line is A, B. But on that line, they have given you a point, O. So the examiner says, construct a perpendicular through this point, which is on line A, B. Construct a perpendicular through point O, which lies on line A, B. What do we do? Step 1, with your pair of compasses, center the compass at O. When I say center the compass at O, it means put the compass pointer, the compass point here, at that point that has been given on the line. Is that clear? So you center the compass at that point, then adjust the compass and draw arcs on either sides of the line. Draw an arc on that side, just like when you're constructing an angle of 90 degrees. And you also draw an arc there. So I have arcs, one this side and another one this side. Then after that, using these points, again as centers, you're again placing your compass here and adjust the compass, make it a bit bigger, make the radius bigger than point O. So you stretch it a bit to go beyond the point O, and you draw an arc above the line. You can also draw it below. Then without adjusting, also center the compass there. We had the 2 points, this point and this one. So you center the compass there and draw another arc above the line and below the line. So now, get your compass pointer, because it is a penny, and try to prick. Please don't use a pencil. Prick there and also prick there. Prick. Let the hole come in that paper, then you also prick there. Why do we prick? So that when we are joining, our line does not go out of the required point. So we are now going to join. The line we are drawing is the perpendicular line to AB. So we let the pencil pass through the holes that you pricked carefully. And so that angle will be a right angle, and it is passing through the given point O. So there we have drawn a perpendicular line, we have constructed a perpendicular line passing through a given point on a given line. So that line will be given, and that point will also be given. If the question is to be asked, they will say construct a perpendicular through line O on line AB. or any name. They can say line PQ, PR. So that is one way we can construct perpendicular lines, through a given point on a line. Then the other one is constructing a perpendicular from a given point to a given line. So two things are given. They are going to give us a point, and they're also going to give us a line. But this time, the point is not on the line. Are we together? In this one, the point was on the line. But here, the point is not on the line. So if this is our line, they will also give you that line in any order. So that is our line. The line is AB. Somebody is asking that all lines are supposed to be named AB. No. And the point is here. That point is P. So we are asked to construct a perpendicular from this point to this line, AB. Sometimes people call it dropping a perpendicular. They say dropping. That you are going to drop a what? Dropping. It is coming from this point, and it must. So what happens? So the point that has been given on, which is not on the line, is where you are going to place your compass. You are going to center your compass there. So we center the compass at point P. Please use the point. Don't go where the letter is. That letter, we cannot put the letter on that point, but we know that this point is point P. So you center your compass there, and then draw an arc. Draw an arc. Draw an arc. But before I draw my arc, I'm first of all checking, will it cut that line? That arc must cut the line twice. So you draw an arc carefully to cut that line twice. After it has cut twice, remove your compass and identify the points where the arc has cut the line. So it has cut at this point. I prick there, and at this point. That clear, happy? So we again place there where the arc is cutting the line, and draw another arc. You can adjust the compass a little bit, or you can leave it at that radius. Then you draw an arc below. This time you don't go up. And with the same radius, when I say with the same radius, it means you are not going to adjust. So with the same radius, again you center the compass there. In geometry, we call what you would call placing the compass, we call it centering the compass. So you center the compass at that point and draw another arc to cut the first arc. So you have a meeting point here. Then what next? You are going to now get your ruler, join the point P to this other point below. Join that point to that point carefully with a straight line. Remember, your pencil must be very sharp. So now that line that we have drawn, the two lines are meeting at a right angle. Remember, we said perpendicular lines are lines that meet, and where they meet, they form an angle of 90 degrees. So two things. The first one, we saw how to construct a perpendicular through a given point on a given line. Now this one, we are looking at how do we construct a perpendicular from a given point to a given line. and we have seen the steps. Then the line can be drawn, because people may think that it's only lines will only be drawn like that. No, an examiner can give you a line drawn like that, and the point is here. Then they call this one O, and they call this one R. That is our given line. So we want to draw a perpendicular, or to construct a perpendicular from this point X to meet line RO. What happens this time? Because when I'm giving an exercise, I'm not going to give you straight like this. So again, center there at that point and draw an arc to cut the line. The arc should cut the line 2 times. Don't make it thick. It is cutting at this point and at that point. Then what next? Center there your compass and draw. I have adjusted this time. Here I didn't adjust, because I told you that you can either adjust or leave it. So you draw an arc there, and with the same radius, center there and draw another arc. So the 2 arcs meet here. Now when you join this point to that point, that line will meet the first line at a right angle. What is a right angle? Mary Queen, you know the right angle? An angle of 90 degrees. So we have constructed a perpendicular from this point to meet that line at 90 degrees. So these 2 lines are perpendicular lines. Lastly, about perpendicular lines, we can be asked to bisect a line. So a bisector, this is now another term. A bisector is a line that divides another line into 2 equal parts. For example, if I have this rule, if I'm to bisect it, I must cut it so that this half is equal to this one. If this is 50 centimeters, the other half must also be 50 centimeters. Then it means I have bisected that ruler. So how do we construct a perpendicular bisector of a line? That means also that we are going to be given a line. So let me start by drawing my line style. A line segment X, Y. How do we construct a perpendicular bisector of this line? Or another examiner may not say construct a perpendicular bisector. We'll simply use the word bisect the line. So for this one, they have not given us any point. Are we together? They have not given us any point. So what we are going to do, if you are to bisect a line, center your compass at the end points of the line. That's very important. Center the compass at the end points of the what? Of the line segment. So you are placing your compass there or centering it there, and with the radius which is more than half the line. So you adjust your compass so that the pencil here is close to Y than X. So you go beyond half the line. I can make it at that point, for example, there. This distance is shorter than that one. So after that, you draw an arc up on that side of the line and there. Okay? Then carefully, without adjusting the radius, without interfering with the radius, again place the compass at the end point, which is Y, and you draw an arc there and there. So you'll discover that there are some meeting points of the arcs, this here and then there. Then you join carefully. I told you the trick is first prick, not with a pencil. Because when you use a pencil, it will make that part thick. We want you to prick with your compass needle there. Prick. Why to prick? So that you are, like the line you are using to join does not go outside the required point. So you carefully place your ruler and then you join. Now, two things. The angle formed there is a right angle. Okay? Then that part of the line from this point to x is equal to that side from that point to y. That's why I've put 2 dashes here to show that this length is equal to the other length. And so we have bisected that line. In any style it's drawn. Don't say that for us again they gave us the other one, but this time in the examination they have brought it this way. No. The concept is when bisecting a line, place the compass at the end points. Place the compass there and draw the arcs. Place the compass there and draw the other arcs. And then join. We have learned how to construct a perpendicular through a point that is given on a line. 2, we have learned how to construct a perpendicular from a given point to a given line. Okay? And 3, we have learned how to construct a perpendicular bisector of a line. Now, in your geometry books, you are going to answer this exercise. Do that work. We are not going to have time when we come back to school. So you are very lucky that Trinity Primary School is bringing you school at home. So you are not missing anything. Thank you very much. May God bless you.